Let's talk about the penalty being given then, Luis Miguel. I know that you're not in agreement with that given. Do you think that moment in the 30th minute, though, where Ronaldo did have a penalty call, has made the referee think twice when it came to this one? Do you think that's in his head and that's why it's been given?
Yeah, that's a really good point. Probably because obviously this game is refereed and played and managed by, it doesn't matter if it's VAR, you have all the technology in the world. At the end of the day, it's driven by human beings who are going to be influenced by, the narrative of the match itself. Look, I'm just going to make it
Sorry, I just
very
said
clear.
penalty, didn't I? I meant the goal. I meant the goal that wasn't allowed because of the foul in the build-up, but you
Oh,
knew what I meant,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think so. But I think my point stands, right? I think that something happens to a ref when he watches or she watches a game and thinks, subconsciously maybe on the aspect of what could happen thereafter. Let's get back to the most important point, Mari and Shaka Hislop. That was a ridiculous penalty decision. And I'm embarrassed by it because, we are now at a stage where VAR should be able to correct these things. Look, here's one thing. Number one, if you were to say to me that Cristiano Ronaldo was fouled, as opposed to the fact that it's a clear 50-50 battle, right? And the ball was won in the end by the defender because the ball was touched by his foot, that's not a penalty. If the referee is making a decision based on what he's seeing, in real time, I will forgive you for that. But in the day of VAR, I think it's despicable to give that. I think it's ridiculous. Otherwise, if we give those decisions, what happens in the future? Anything, any kind of 50-50 battle is going to be a penalty. And that to me is really not acceptable in this day and age when you have so much technology. Now, does Portugal deserve to win the game? Because in the end, it was 3-2, and obviously they have more talent and arguably other stronger team, better organized, more experienced. Yes, that's another argument to have. But I think that decision obviously changed the complete narrative of that game. No way was that a penalty. If I could learn Portuguese, I would say it as well in that language.
To that point, LME, I'm in full agreement. But as Kay phrased the question, and I think that's the point here. And as you mentioned, this is a game ultimately, as much as technology has come in, that's refereed by human beings. And while referees, and we often have Mark Clattenburg on our ESPN FC show, he's out in Qatar covering the games for the host broadcaster here in the US, would tell you that referees judge each incident on its own merit, and players' reputations don't